It's pretty special to be here at Worlds. Like, you play the whole season just for this moment.
TSM, 5-man pylon at the bottom.
我是乐狗，应该是没什么机会可以在世界舞台上面。
Westall slipping and sliding through the entire dark passage front line.
압도적으로 이기고 싶어요, 첫 경기부터.
Could it be a triple? Yes, it will. This is what everybody has been waiting for.
Welcome to day 2 of the 2014 League of Legends World Championship. We've got a full day of action as 8 teams from around the world will continue to battle it out for a shot at the Summoners Cup. We are looking live at the National Taiwan University Sports Center just as the Taipei Assassins are actually walking themselves into the venue, getting themselves set up for the first game of the day. This is Gilius as well as Candy Panda in the SK ready room, getting themselves sorted for their match as well. My name is Trevor Quickshot Henry, and joining me to lend a League of Legends knowledge to our special Worlds Analyst Desk is, of course, Evil Genius's Mitch Crepo Forcepulse. Kicking it down the line, we welcome Complexity's Neil Prolly Hammond, formerly of the LCS. On-game net Costa, Christopher Monte Cristo Michaels.
Formerly of the LCS.
Well as David Freak Turley from the North American LCS.
I'm still in it.
Welcome to the desk, guys. All right, just from day one, we have a lot to discuss. We have seen 6 games under our belt. I want to ask everybody what your opinions are. I'm going to start with Prolly. You were watching from backstage. What was your takeaway from the games yesterday and the teams that you saw play?
I thought kind of the biggest difference and most impressive thing was the non-Western teams' grouping phase. It was really nice that they're efficient with it. When you saw them at Dragon, they weren't just sitting there dancing for vision. They grouped for Dragon and they took it. They grouped for mid and they take mid. And I think that kind of decisive grouping was really important.
Monte Cristo?
I mean, for me, there weren't a whole lot of surprises. I came in expecting the Korean and Chinese teams to outclass everyone and make a deep tournament run. It's exactly what we saw. I'm still waiting for that upset, guys. I'm still waiting.
Well, it might happen today.
Yeah, I think it still has the chance of happening. What I really learned is that the teams were more mortal than I expected. I agree, Samsung White and the rest of the Korean teams likely are going to be heavy favorites throughout the rest of this tournament. But to kind of look at that Samsung White versus EDG game, White was up 8,000 gold 25 minutes in, and then it took them 43 minutes to win the game. And for 18 minutes, they just sat there not knowing how to close a game out anymore, and that's something you can't keep doing in a tournament of this caliber.
Really? You weren't impressed by Split Push Zillion? I was super impressed.
That's a CLG special. You must have talked about
it. It's the back door. It's the back door, man.
Oh, sorry.
That's the CLG special.
Well, let's roll this one along. Crepo, what's your thoughts on day one?
I learned that I was wrong. I pitched TSM to win, and sadly they didn't. But yeah, it was a very close game. I think TSM could have won that if they just managed to stall out and just not die until Bjergsen got big enough to split push. But it went wrong. You know, top lane Dyrus got surprised by a really good gank from Insec, and then at the same time bottom lane, that trade was just beautifully exploited by Uzi. He just saw there was no bubble on Nam. He just immediately jumped him. Even his support was surprised, so he was chasing after him, trying to shield him. But he won that trade so hard, and then yeah, like both side lanes were losing. Like Amazing was pretty much playing Evelyn instead of Jarvan because he was completely invisible, and ooh, yeah.
Harsh words. Right, we'll see if they can...
They can win the next time, and I'm still rooting for them.
We'll see if Apple Pie shines through. All right, yesterday featured some very incredible plays, but there was one hashtag world's big play to rule them all, and this one came from TPA's very bloody battle against Starhorn Royal Club, and it actually features Win's Lee Sin breezing his way to a triple kill. Thank you very much from at GGC Manisia. It says, it's got to be Win's triple kill against Royal. Win or lose, he went huge for the home crowd. Here's your number one big play.
Is Insect going to be able to get away? There's the knock-up. A shockwave over on the backside as Jay goes down as well. Korn now at less than half. Zero, Cola, both the less than half. The Q-Land, Wins goes through.
I just really liked how incredible everything was. He landed every single Q as well. I actually wish that play were 10 seconds longer as well, because right before that, BB flashes a tidal wave perfectly to like single-handedly kill Uzi. Like the whole thing was amazing.
And hashtag not world's big play was the Oriana ultimate, which we felt very strong about.
It's really hard to avoid looking at that kind of thing.
All right. Remember to send us your favorite plays using the hashtag world's big plays and sending them to us at LOL Esports. We also want to pay a tribute to some of the high-level plays that did not result in kills. This is just a good old-fashioned player escaping with their life, and it's much easier said than done at the World Championship. So this is a segment that we're going to kick off called Dem Jukes. So our first one that we're going to be playing comes from Dark Passage versus AHQ, features some fancy footwork by Westall's Fizz.
And right here, watch how good his camera movement is, because he actually sees Nami casting the tidal wave and backs off sort of very early on in the cast frame.
Manages to sidestep that tidal wave.
Yeah, well, this is just really this Fizz control. He just knows the damage is coming, so he's Zhonya's and gets out. But really the most impressive part was indeed sidestepping that tidal wave, because if you don't know, the Lantern, if he clicked that Lantern, he would have gotten cancelled there, and he haven't been able to catch up. But yeah, he just knew exactly what he was doing, and he was on top of his Fizz game.
Yeah, Westall on Fizz. I think different one of his main champions.
Yeah.
All right, today the action gets underway with one of the home teams, Taipei Assassins versus SK Gaming from the European LCS. Then the LPL's Edward Gaming takes on Dark Passage, followed by Starhorn Royal Club battling SK. I'm personally looking forward to the TSM versus Taipei Assassins match later in the day, because one of those two teams could be advancing to the quarterfinals. Remember to head over to lolesports.com for a complete schedule and to vote on all of today's matches. You can match your predictions against the guys on the desk. Simply choose the team that you're picking to win, click the thumbs up, and we'll be checking it throughout today's games. Then head over to Twitter. We're asking you once again to share your Worlds experience with us. We want to know, how do you Worlds? Send us pictures of your viewing parties, how you're showing your team spirit, or just what your desk setup looks like and how you're enjoying the games. Use that hashtag Worlds and address them once again to at LOL Esports. We will be combing through some of the best snapshots and send them later in the broadcast. Try beat the guys from Slytherin yesterday. Coming up, we've got our first match of the day with the Taipei Assassins facing off against Europe's SK Gaming. But first, fans have been anxiously waiting to see the best teams from around the world compete, but they are not alone. Even the pros have players and teams that they're excited to watch and play against.
我自己认为就 A 组应该是 EDG 还有那个三星吧，然后 B 组的话，可能是 TSM 还有我们。
I would actually watch EDG just to see if they can pull something off with Samsung White, who come in as the top favorites basically.
압도적으로 이기고 싶어요. 첫 경기부터. 저희 팀이 좀 쪼여 들어가는 플레이를 많이 하기 때문에 그러니까 숨이 막히게 좀 해주고 싶어요.
A 的话，我觉得是那个谁送坏的，然后我觉得他们讲过那个 Dandy， 因为 Dandy 嘛，我觉得他是送我觉得打得最好的jungle选手。
Haven't seen Nami play too much, but everyone just says that he could potentially be the best AD carry in the world, and he's the best AD carry in China. So really looking forward to see how well he'll do.
TPA 的Wins吧，Wins就是个人比较喜欢的，这打的真的是，就我认为跟外国队是顶尖的一样。
I think it's always hard to predict which team is going to do well, because everyone's always going to give even more at Worlds, and you know how much it means to them, so it's going to be on a different level.